go. What up, everyone? Welcome back to another shenanigan episode of Emerald Lions. What happened last time? Yes, I'm tired of it. But yes, what happened last time? Take it away.
We found bandits. And
Hmm.
I said, do you want to see a magic trick? And now I'm on the other side of the bridge.
Um, but before that, we met a new friend named Yura in the party's like lookouts and stuff like that, and why is Nikki? Why is Nikki upside down? Never mind.
That's how I sleep.
They are no longer T-posing or in the realm of Rick
I'm.
Astley.
Whoa.
What does that mean? Excuse me?
You were in the realm of Rick
No,
Astley.
Actually, give me a D4, Nikki.
no, I don't think I want to.
Do it.
I don't
There's,
think I
there's
want.
there's four places that are absolutely
No,
left out of.
no, because then I'm gonna be there for the last like, how long has it been? 4
About
hours?
Mm-hmm.
Four.
Not four.
Oh shit. Okay. Um, you were basically like in the silly like land of bats for some reason.
Land of
Do I?
what?
There's like basically like little like dimension full of bats.
Okay, out of character.
You be great Batman for a moment there.
Out of character, I was expecting
Mhm.
them to be in a waiting room with elevator music.
Oh,
I would love to.
I mean, you could do that too.
Not
I
too
mean,
bad.
I don't have to be.
Mikey has
If that's what the
chosen.
dice
with
say.
with bats. Remind me. Okay, someone provide a map stream of the this. Okay, now, um, and then turns out that bandit fight time, I guess.
Yep.
All right, so starting off now with Figgy, what do you want to do?
well, first I'm gonna turn on my camera so people can see the map.
They
Mm-hmm.
they can see the map on my end. I am recording.
I meant through the Discord.
Oh, okay. For the people who aren't in Roll 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me know if you can
Uh,
see the map.
what about the people who haven't rolled initiative yet?
I
Oh.
rolled a 20.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Mm,
I rolled a test roll, but I'm not going to count that towards my actual
Also,
initiative.
pick and you would give me initiative order. Yeah, order. Which dexterity is higher, Figgy's or Nikki's?
Uh,
Um, I have a +3.
Mm-hmm.
I have a +5.
Oh,
Figgy, then
there you go.
Nikki. The boys go
Uh,
first. Let's go. Okay. So initiative for pick.
I got a 16, so I'm right behind allies.
Yeah.
That's left
Yeah.
is Yura.
No, you didn't roll initiative, by the way. The rolls, okay. 19. I see you. Alrighty. Okay, Yura goes before Zen. Oh,
But below Nikki.
yeah, okay. So start off with Figgy. What you be doing, my guy?
Right. So Figgies has now come up with a plan that he hopefully thinks will work. He's gonna think about shooting a shatter. I want to say right about here ish. Where's the ping? There, like right about there ish. And he's hoping that the concussive force will be strong enough to probably push all the bandits off the cliff.
Oh, wow. Murder time.
Oh no, murder time.
I mean, they are in our way.
It's either that or we run them over.
Nyom.
Hmm.
No, oh my god. Okay.
So that's what he's thinking of doing. But this is to ask the DM: is that even a possible thing that Shatter can do?
Does it inflict
What
knockback?
It
the
does
yeah.
not. It just breaks non-organic materials.
Like, stay, unfortunately, the bridge we want to cross.
Yeah.
Well, the bridge is made out of wood, so the DM can decide whether we consider that organic or not.
I can say
I'm assuming
technically,
it's
if
made out of wood.
caught by surprise, they could stagger back and therefore effectively fall off that way. That's up to the DM to decide what happens. I'm just giving ideas.
All the ideas.
I know. I'm the player that gives DM ideas. And I'm not going to stop.
Please, no, please don't. No, you need all these ideas.
I will never stop with the ideas.
All right, guys. The final BBG is Tiffany. She's just kidding.
Don't spoil it.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, cool. All right. All right. So what do you do, Figgy? Oh, Shatter. They gotta do a Constitution saving throw. So, I'll do that.
All right, y'all go ahead and roll those rolls, and I'm just gonna shoot it at Yeah, we're gonna go big.
Big boy. All right.
Yep, we're going big boy.
Okay.
Okay, go home.
I believe in you, Vicky.
In murder. Okay, so is this for general? Hold on. What's going on?
I fully believe that this is the booming noise that wakes everyone up.
Oh,
With this
Yeah, it
shatter
surely
alive.
woke me up.
general for okay.
All right, well that's a fail.
This is for general with bandits in general.
Oh, that's all of them.
That's gonna be all of them. It's gonna be a group thing.
It's 17 thunder damage, right?
Yep, 17 thunder damage.
Okay, give me a D100 really quick to see if they get pushed off.
Okay.
Oops.
11.
11. Alright. Give me a second here, and... Alright. Okay. Okay. Cool. So what's gonna happen is... Everyone give me a... Well, everyone that's sleeping, give me a... perception check with advantage.
I don't think I will. I don't think so.
To be fair, you weren't asleep. You were in the realm of bats.
Realm of bats.
I was fighting off
Dirty
Minecraft phantoms.
And none of them were Batmen.
Nikki. Pick.
Mhm.
Also Yura.
Yura does not sleep. They would already be awake.
Okay. So they're seeing, they're hearing a. So, Pick and Nikki can hear a.
I didn't do
And wake up.
anything.
And you
Wasn't
guys
my fault.
get ripped from the dream world. And you open your eyes, you see basically a sphere of thunder just push one of them off. But the bandage exploded violently. So this man is like, "Oh my god, tell my fellow her."
Wow. These guys are even weaker than the spiders. Not even the
Yeah,
big
what?
spiders. The minion ones took more hits than this.
I got
What
like
happened?
2 HP.
They're spiders!
I'm so confused. Whose wife? Whose wife are we telling? What?
She's- all right, that's it for Biggie.
Uh, yep. Is that okay? I think the coast is clear now.
The coast
Hmm.
is clear.
Do you mind if we grab a few of them on the way there? It'd be nice
What?
to
Few
have some
what?
use for them.
Wait, a few what?
A few of their corpses.
Is there anything left to collect?
Given only one fell off the edge, they all
Um,
died from that noise, I'd suppose so.
Okay.
Would they?
You yeah.
I'm so confused. What happened? Haha.
Long story short, bandits got in the way. Tiffany tried to get distracted. That didn't work. Bandits tried to rob us, and I said no, very
Oh.
loudly.
Okay.
Alright.
I
So,
showed them
as
a magic trick.
also, everyone, give me perception really quick.
Is it side based?
I don't want to keep saying.
20.
Funny.
Is it site based?
Oh, yeah, site based. Yeah.
24.
All right.
20.
Oh, I forgot to put the bands in here. Whoopsies.
I rolled a 21. Should I also roll Arcana? Because something. I'm sorry, but something seems a bit weird about this. Like, literally, we found little spiders that were more durable than these guys.
Okay. Um.
That will be a
So,
23 for me.
Tivna can see. Okay, so everyone can see something shifting from across the bridge.
Which I'm already
Which
across
side?
the bridge.
Our side or Tivna's?
Tivna, though, can see that some bandits were hiding. In the
I
rocks.
also rolled a 17 for Arcana and because. Oh, hello.
you see them like hiding in some of the rocks. With their weapons ready.
It might not have been illusions, just that there were a bunch more waiting.
Well, I wasn't thinking illusion, more so that I don't know, invisibility magic or something.
Could be.
Or
You think
someone
bandits
with-
can hire mages?
Why do you think they're banditing?
Aren't they supposed to be elf bandits?
I think
They're
half elves.
yes,
You know, when the race is known for a natural affinity for magic.
yes. You could definitely tell that you could tell that it was an invisibility spell that they pulled up.
Hmm.
I guess. All right.
Hello.
All right. So it's Nikki, you're. Oh wait. Is that
Wait.
it for- yeah, okay. Yes.
So upon seeing them just pop out and in front of Tivna, I will then pass the bardic inspiration over to Nick and say, "Go save the kobold!"
I
Sorry.
take it I don't get an attack of opportunity here.
Please.
If any, technically, strictly speaking, you would have been popping into their attack of opportunity, I think?
I was already
Uh,
here. They unpoofed.
It wouldn't be related to attack of opportunity. It would be related to the surprise mechanic, which I believe doesn't apply because they were expecting an attack,
Oh.
but they weren't expecting this attack in specific. So they're not surprised, but they're not surprised. It's a neutral
I
ground
think,
kind of thing.
strictly speaking, the only way they would get an attack if they had decided to take the ready action, which I doubt they did.
No,
I
Mm-mm.
did not.
I did not.
They were more so baffled that they just saw like 5 of their friends just get canned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
they
a
popped out
kobold
of that.
teleport across the bridge.
That one, I don't think they're too. They're more like, "What the hell? Who is this?" And then they see that happens. Like, they see the explosion happen, see all 5 of their friends just get killed, drop the invisibility, and just go, "What the fuck?"
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Nah, fair.
Yeah, basically.
Pick and them have the same have the same thought going through their mind. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah. All right. So, that's Figgy's turn. So,
So Enjoy that bardic inspiration while you got it, Nikki.
Nikki, ooh, the bard doing bardic inspiration on the bard. Bardception.
So much just happened. I'm sorry. I'm kind of overstimulated.
Oh, so are
But-
these guys.
But with that, I just want to say Nikki has been having that anime stare this entire time. Like, you know, the crazy anime stare that, like, with the zoom in.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
that kind
Oh,
of
gee.
that kind of stare.
Oh no, please.
Oh, okay. We're having the Persona music now. You know how to get me into the game. Alright. So I'm gonna, what do I do again?
Assuming bard stuff.
Right. What did Vicky yell to me?
Save the kobold, please.
I snap at him and I just give a thumbs up and I go. And I look around and I think. I forgot I'm not a barbarian anymore. Oh god.
Well,
You're not a barbarian.
I used to be.
they
I should not have. Why did I roll this high? The slowest person on my turns. I forgot how to play D&D for a second. Sorry.
No.
Alright.
Yeah.
Energy for movement. And then.
Alright. I just imagine Nikki flying, like,
Oh yeah.
upside down.
Flying over there. Oh, flying upside down. Yeah.
No, my
Have-
God. Alright.
What if I just cast darkness? I just.
Well, you could.
That was so stupid.
You could.
We can't see through magical darkness. But neither can they, I'm assuming. I'm hoping.
Man, if they can, these are some special bandits.
For real.
Up to you.
I don't have all my cool modifiers I picked up in Witch's Crest, so I'm useless.
Who knows?
Don't be.
You're a potato.
Don't feel that way. Yeah.
We're all
A
potatoes.
potato. A potato is the most useful kind of vegetable.
Do I have a potato in my inventory?
I don't know, but if you
Do
leave
I
one
still?
on-
Hey, roll me
if you
D100,
leave
like,
one
Right,
on the
Key,
counter,
do-
it'll seek out dirt on its own.
A future uh, for something in the future. Ricky, do I still have the Zaza in my inventory?
Azar.
The
Zaza.
Zaza.
Zaza?
The weed.
Oh! Yes, you do.
Okay, cool.
I'm confused.
If I can't move any further, this. Can I throw something?
You could.
I think
Can I
so, yeah.
double throw something?
What do you mean double throw?
Double throw? Oh, maybe like. You can. Let me see. Yeah, you can throw something.
Why are you aiming it at me?
No.
Can I throw? Are these corpses still here?
Yes.
I want to throw a corpse.
Oh,
You
gosh.
can throw a corpse. Okay, give me a strike check really quick.
You're going to eat a friend of theirs at them.
And well, which one are you aiming it at?
Oh, that's a good question.
And I also feel like if Nikki Mirage passes this, they should also roll an intimidation check.
I'm throwing it at
Okay.
this one.
This
roll
one?
a nat 20 on something.
Yes.
Okay. So give me intimidation, Nikki. You throw it. It gets chucked. At this guy's feet, and he looks over. Um.
It says I have. It says I have advantage. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind, because of the red mask. Lovely.
Hmm.
Nat 20.
Nat
Oh,
20.
God.
Holy shit. Nat 20. All right.
That's a 29.
He looks towards the body as it's thrown at his feet, and then he looks slowly stared at you, and then how are you looking at him?
Um, I don't know. I think I'm just giving him the death glare. Like, you're next.
Can I use this as an opportunity attack and proceed to club this guy with their friend?
Yes. I mean,
To follow it up.
yeah. Yeah, just
What
give me
should
one.
I roll for
just,
that?
just give me a D20 plus just a club attack. Just to make it a little bit.
So just
funny.
roll what?
Wait, you're hitting him with a club?
No. I'm clubbing him with the corpse of his friend.
Oh,
The one that just landed here.
Wait,
Take it by the leg and then
Just
swing it at
grab
him.
the body.
you can do that on your turn actually.
wait, how much corpse damage should I do?
Oh,
Well, it landed on his feet, not on him. So I don't
Oh,
think
I
it
wanted
does
I
damage.
wanted to throw it at the guy.
Oh.
I think that's what that nat 20 is, that he managed to avoid it.
yeah,
Ah.
he managed to avoid it, but it's basically just land on his like feet, on his footsies. Just
So then
slightly.
you
Okay.
can get you out of-
But 7 corpse damage.
Thank you.
Like oh. God damn it.
It gets 7 corpse damage to his feet. That's my turn, by the way.
Okay. Yura, you
Wonderful.
you wake up.
How far away are they from me currently, if you wouldn't mind?
They are they're about 80 feet.
Wonderful. Just within range. So yeah, Yura's going to take a step out of the cart. Finding this interruption after their previously gained, loot inconvenient. And they say as such in Infernal. And I will be rolling for Eldritch Blast on the 2 bandits closest to Tivna.
Now, what do you say, Inferno? See, that do catch the Infernal.
They just simply say inconvenient and stretch out a hand towards the bandits.
Okay. Which one are you?
No, I guess-
Plus, one moment, let me just get that attack roll made. Ooh, that's some nasty rolls. I would like to lucky feet both of those. I can't have my face.
Alright.
Yeah,
Let me check their AC really quick.
I have to declare lucky before you give me the answer. So either way, it's gonna be wasted.
Okay. 12 does hit.
Shame. Well,
We
that
rolled
means
better
both
this
of these. Yeah,
Oh wait, 12 does hit. The one
Yeah,
that
I know,
they
but-
lucky- they claimed Lucky Feet before you said it, so they
Yeah.
were using Lucky Feet.
Lucky Feet allows you to re-roll a d20 roll, but it requires you state it before the DM gives you the result of your roll. Otherwise, it'd
Correct.
basically be, a free cheat or advantage on everything. Can't have my character's first badass introduction for real be, ruined by me missing both shots.
Mhm.
And that will be, let's see how much damage. That will be 13 for the first one,
13. Okay, okay.
and 7 for the
7.
second.
That's gonna be a
Uh,
20. Alright, cool.
Mhm.
Um,
well, no, they're each hitting separate targets. One hitting the closest to Tivna, and one hitting the second closest.
okay.
Yeah, as there's like this small little pulse from her fingertips, and that imprints on the bandit's armor. End of turn.
Alright. As I feel the attack hit them. Zen. Zen turn.
All right. Let's see. There's still a bunch of lives, so I'm gonna hop out of the cart.
Okay.
That's the center option. Fly. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Alrighty.
Oh no, it's just out of range.
That depends.
Mhm.
It depends on what I.
The two up front should be within range of a 60 feet, but the 3 in the back wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, that one is barely in range, and I can't. Yeah,
Same thing with this one, actually, funny enough. Took
yeah,
away
that
2
one's
to it.
in range. That one's just. As long as it's an AoE, it doesn't necessarily have to reach. It just has to. It just has to. Like.
Just have to
yeah.
hit close enough that the AoE hits it.
Okay, yeah. Shatter is exactly 60 feet and is a 10-foot radius, so I don't accidentally lateral Tivna in the process. So yeah, I'm gonna cast Shatter at the second level.
Oh.
If you center it on the bandit that's even further out of reach away from Tivna, then you should be able to get these guys without hitting Tivna, these 2 without hitting Tivna.
I think
Yeah, I
that's
was
their
targeting
plan.
him, so I believe I can. Yeah, I'm centering it on. Yeah, here.
Alright. Okay.
That is a 10-foot radius. Yeah, 10 sphere. Con save would take 3d8 thunder.
Alright. Cool. Con save it is. I will do that. The first guy and the second guy.
Second one, that one so hard.
Yeah.
Yes, that's passing up.
This
Yeah,
guy
There's still
failed.
one more.
Oh, and one more? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
because it
it's
was
centered
centered
on
around that guy.
here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And last con save.
I'll take 2 fails. I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the Wrath of the Storm. Or is it Wrath of the Storm? Or
Are you trying to max out the thunder damage?
oh right, it's my Destructive Wrath. Yeah, I'm gonna because that is bad. So that's 18 damage, and that's 24 damage to fails,
Okay.
and half to succeeds.
That explosion. And half is gonna. How much is half of 20?
24 would have to 12.
Mhm.
See, this is why Tempest Domain is the best one. You don't have to deal with those scary math. You just take the max number and have it.
Yeah. So you just Tipna, you see this guy explode. Also, Nikki sees those two explode. Then also sees it. This guy just. Oh wait, hold on. This guy gets into the crossfire a little bit, but he's like wobbling. Alright. Is that anything else for Zen?
Yeah.
Alrighty. It is Ally's turn. Okay. Shay looks over, and then she's gonna be like walking casually over there.
Oh, so you're approaching me.
Closer in order to punch your face off.
She's gonna be like, "Oh, we're fighting these motherfuckers, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and use her Eldritch Blast gun. Let me find her sheet first.
Why is
Okay.
this the first time I'm hearing of an Eldritch Blast gun?
Like
I
your
don't
finger
think it's
gun?
an actual gun. I think it's just their actual casting of Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Are they doing
Oh.
Guarding Spirit Gun from what's that anime?
Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yu Yu Hakusho?
Where they
And-
just point and just go bang and someone dies.
Oh my god.
This makes me think of the
Yeah, I
Dead
agree with
Space
you.
foam finger now. Just Isaac going bang, 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 and everything dies around him.
So, okay, she aimed it at this one. Basically, let me just go ahead and roll something real quick, because
You almost made him his pants. Why'd you have to kill him before?
okay.
He died doing.
Oh my god. Well, that happened. Okay. So what happened is
400.
this guy, you just see Shay point at him with the finger gun. Eldritch, he just crumples on the floor. This guy though, he gets knocked over, but he gets knocked over to the edge.
How does he get pulled?
You
With
just
the
see the first Eldritch Blast kind of like fire, and then the other one fire, but like grab him and throw him into the crevice. Oh god!
Physics.
She's like, oh shit. Carry on.
Diddaloo.
Interlude. Tomorrow's gonna go over here. She's gonna prepare her gun, and she's a gun here. Clayton's gonna dash over. He's gonna dash over. He's like, he has 40 movements plus. Yeah, he.
Whoa, hold up.
You just see him booking it, raging and then booking it. Just, runs past Nikki.
Those little dwarf legs can carry him so quickly and so far.
All right.
What's your excuse?
She's just gonna simply just get off the cart, just like confused. It's the bandit's turn. Okay.
The
Where'd it go?
bandit turn.
The bandit turn.
Poor bandit.
Poor bandit. First of all, someone give me an intimidation check really quick to see if you scared him off with killing his friends.
Well, who has the highest charisma? You go ahead and do that, because I know I have like shit charisma.
I believe highest charisma would be moi, or the other warlock.
Wait,
We got a +2 to
wait, how much do
intimidate
you,
the guys.
what's
My
What's modifier?
intimidation specifically is a +8.
I have a +9 with advantage.
Shame. Okay, you go for it then. Very neat. How'd you get that?
I have a
Because-
red dragon mask.
Oh god.
Dragon. Ah, yes.
Oh, that's
Alright.
about to be another nat 20. 23.
Alright. Okay.
How you
So-
feeling now, Mr. Krabs?
Oh, you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Okay, so he's gonna do with the saving throw. He's like, holy shit. He's gonna slowly just back away. Like, drops up
He's
and
gonna disengage when he backs away.
yeah. He's like, alright, you win. You win. Holy shit! And then combat is over.
No, no.
Hmm?
I was trying to be in character. Can I quickly, I don't know, use my whip to hold them down? Because I'm curious what the frick is going on here. And someone needs to tell us something.
Okay, so you give me let's see, it's gonna be an contested roll against. So give me a strength, and he's gonna do a dexterity.
I rolled an 18.
Okay. So the whip just rounds him. He's like, "What? What?"
He trips and falls on his face.
Yes, basically.
For a bandit, he has
Hold on.
terrible
I
dexterity.
would want to know what's going on.
Hmm.
First off, who are you people? Second off, why the frick are you here? This is supposed to be Kobold and Dragonborn territory, is it not?
This is basically part of our territory. What are you talking about?
Whose
I mean,
territory?
looks at I have other friends.
Okay. Yeah, your friends here? We found some spiders down the road that would have put them to shame. Please go on. Please do go on.
He looks down. Can I go home?
You will, if you tell us simply who you guys are, what you doing here, and simply put, why are there just a bunch of elves in kobold territory?
First of all, give me a persuasion really quick. He just kind of not want to talk. He's like, that's confidential.
30, 20.
30, 20. Okay.
11 plus 9.
He's like, fine. We're part of the Silver Wolves.
Okay. Never heard of you guys.
Oh yeah, no, we're just a little tiny group. We just started, and
Well, a shame that this would have been your first mission, or among them, considering that, yeah. And I just wanted to show you guys a magic trick and teleport here. This could have all been avoided.
I mean, you could have just, maybe not.
Could have not exploded them. Well, see,
These guys are kind of like they see some like weird like magic like that. They're gonna assume you're like evil or whatever.
hmm,
I was just you know trying to follow orders.
who was the one giving those orders? Were they among the group?
Oh, gods no.
Well, that's a shame. Commander should go down with the ship. Sounds
I
like
mean,
someone knew that this was going to happen and was scared.
oh, they're not they were not scared.
Are you
They
sure
just
about that?
I am very sure.
Hmm.
Just like very sure.
Hmm. Then why weren't they among their allies? Hmm.
I just I just got recruited. I mean, just
Hmm.
what do you want me to say? More bullshit?
No? Nah, we didn't pass any of those. Honestly, how about this?
Mm.
Hmm. Actually, now that I think about it, that would be a bad idea. Might end up getting more of you guys to show up. Hey guys, what do you feel about that? Do you want more of you guys to show up?
Preferably not.
Hmm.
Like
See,
they
that's
seem like
starting to look
family
pretty bad for
people.
you.
They
If
seem
you're
like
asking if
family
we should
people.
kill this one, we might as well now.
Come on, we don't have to. Look, they seem like family people. There are people here who was talking about their wives. They were afraid of their freaking dead comrade.
So,
This is a little too extreme for
hmm,
me.
might I ask,
Okay.
If
under what recruiting conditions were these?
Well, they kind of like needed like well, these are just refugees from the old war, you know.
Hmm.
Just
Again, what kind of recruiting conditions were these? Conscripts? Was this volunteer?
it was more like volunteer.
Hmm.
Like they wanted to be here. I wanted to be here because I wanted to, you know, collaborate with something maybe greater than myself.
Hmm. Say,
Mm,
how about this?
mm,
You go home. You mention nothing. If anyone here has a way to ensure that happens, please do. And if you could, tell us something that would allow us to get by without having, say, to defeat any more of your friends in gruesome fashion. Because if we have to do this with more of your people, you're going to lose a lot more friends. And something tells me, if all else fails, we can always go straight to the head. See what they think.
I can scream really good.
I hope he can. It's going to be the last thing he ever does.
Wait, Tim, I think you need to redo that because that sounded like you threatened me instead of him.
Oh, oh. I thought you were saying that the commander better. the
No, I said I can scream really good.
ah,
Are
sorry.
you done? Are you kind of done like going
I
back and forth?
misheard what he said. Okay.
Dear Lord,
I kind of want to. I want to go. I want to go back home. Actually,
Well,
yeah,
how about
I
this?
could.
Tell us something that will allow us to get by, say, other patrols without having to have a repeat of this. And you can go home, and you won't lose any more of your friends. Because I'm going to tell you this. This could have been avoided if such was known. For all we knew, you guys were bandits.
Hmm. And it kind of like, fine. He kind of like looks or ruffles through his like robes a bit and takes a little parchment, a rolled up parchment.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's like a, I guess, passport
Alright.
to.
Thanks. This will help us avoid having to kill any of your friends. And I feel this could at least allow us to simply not have any issues on either side. Because we don't want to have to do this, but when we are greeted with a bunch of people drawing weapons, trying to, I don't know, intimidate us by acting like bandits, well, we're going to obviously think they're bandits. And as such, this happens.
I'm not apologizing.
I'm not saying you should.
Depends, like, there, there, yeah, yeah. Look, and then like looks past Tivna and Figgy, points at Nikki. What's that?
Someone you probably should not point at.
Hmm.
Yeah, she might take that finger. So put that away.
He slowly puts it away. He's like, "Hey, who are you? You seem familiar."
Who am I?
Oh no.
Excuse me?
Oh no. We're doing this again. You might want to start running before they chase you down.
Um, um,
You still have them
Who
tied up.
am I? Who am I?
You have literally a 10-foot
Takes
head
a
Straight
start.
teleporting.
You will
Missy steps
literally have a
over.
10-foot
They
head
hear
start.
some fucking mischief that's about to go on with Nikki and teleports over.
Oh my
How many
god.
teleports do they get a day?
No, they get well every short rest. Well, they can replenish every short rest, but
I'm just
You're a
saying because they
warlock.
just used it.
like they use, yeah. They're like, it's just like Macy steps over. Don't do it, Nikki.
That there is one of our bots called Nikki Mirage, and they really don't like it when people don't know who they are. Which,
Mm.
to be fair,
Hey,
I didn't know who they were when
people
they came
supposed
out
to
of
know
my
who
box here.
I'm supposed to be really famous, but apparently people nowadays don't remember.
Now, to be fair,
Mm.
as far as I'm concerned, you're still a box goblin.
Look, they're not a goblin, they're a tiefling.
True, but they came out of this here box of mine.
How does that make them a goblin? Are you using goblin derogatorily, or what? Why are you calling
No,
them a goblin?
I have no issue with goblins, actually. They're
I
small
don't mind
and
being called a
fun to
goblin.
make fun of because we kobolds make fun of everyone who is of a similar size to us. Usually gnomes.
Damn.
Damn.
Are
Damn.
you Hydus? What?
No. It's just that everyone makes fun of our height. So we have to find someone shorter.
I don't think that. Wait a second.
It,
It
That
looks
feels
back at
wrong.
group.
if I recall, that is part of kobold lore. It's part of why they and gnomes don't get along.
The shortest amongst the bandits says the shortest I've heard about is the grung or the frog folk.
Now, see, we don't make fun of them. We just put them on our tables and call them adorable.
Do
Um,
do they even enjoy that?
No,
I don't know.
I have no clue. Can't really
They're,
understand a single thing they say.
speaking of,
Wow.
there's this frog merchants, this Klein. I've heard about them.
Hmm.
Okay, aren't they the Ira Frog person? They're the ones that we got the items from.
Yeah,
Yeah, no beef with them. Again, we
you
call
have
them
April.
adorable.
Oh,
They're a respectable merchant. I feel like that's a little demeaning.
We call a lot of things adorable. Never meant to be demeaning.
Now, but putting them on the table and doing that, now that's demeaning. If maybe not
Uh,
specifically to Ira Frog, but you did say you do that to the Grung. That feels a little
well,
demeaning.
how else are we going to see eye to eye with them?
ah,
You look down.
But that's demeaning.
It's not demeaning. It's actual fact. Look at this. We're actively looking down at you right now.
Okay, and
Do you want us to just crouch down to your eye height and something? Does that make you feel better?
Guys, I think he's a little self-conscious about his height. Maybe we just need to grow shorter.
they, you
What is
just
that?
just slowly like
Sorry.
wiggle away into the with the ropes.
how about we just put this all behind us? I got this here scroll that should hopefully give us passage without having to have any more altercations. They get to keep their friends and go home. I say this is probably the only way this could go any better because we've already done what we've done.
Fair enough. Let's go ahead and is that cart even gonna be able to fit across the bridge, or are we just gonna have to hoof it?
I mean, I can reduce its size.
You
I can
could.
fly outside the car. I don't have to be in it.
True,
I could
true, but your wings will get tired and everyone else's feet will get tired as well.
I could get
I'm
myself.
pretty sure. I'm
This
pretty sure it was just to get the car across. Also, no, I just tend to fly naturally for a pretty long amount of time.
Hmm.
As long as I, take a
Anyways,
rest like a
how
normal
about this?
person,
We
I
do
should
a
be
vote.
good.
Do I shrink the cart and we get it across that way? Or do we just hoof it?
We can first see if the cart will fit normally. We don't. Can we check to see, like, is there
Sure.
some sort of roll we can make to see if the cart will just fit normally across the bridge?
yeah, I think that would be like either intelligence check or insight check, either or.
Sure, I'll roll an insight. I'll have Jackson help me. We're both analyzing the size of this part. The 15.
Alright, with 15, you can discern that the cart would in fact fit across the bridge.
Yeah, like it looks like it'll do fine. Me and
Okay.
Jackson have hovered around it.
Okay.
Okay, but that's got the cart itself. But what about the weight capacity? Would that be able to fit across the bridge?
That feels more sciency.
Tamara's like,
Come on.
you see Tamara like basically on it like checking the wheels and like getting all artificery with it.
Mhm.
Um, she's like, no, not with all this weight.
Okay
Cool.
then.
How much weight do we have to leave behind for it to work?
Um, about 200 pounds or so.
Oh, I don't think I
Okay,
can.
so that means that it's one, if not two people will have to stay off the cart. At least until it gets across the bridge.
Like
I
I'm
can do that.
roughly around 200 pounds as an individual with all my items, all my gear.
I don't mind walking to Shay.
I'll watch. I'll walk over. I'm more than capable of walking over if weight is an issue.
Pig proceeds to fly over the canyon.
I'll slowly move across.
So
Well,
wait, the cart can get across when it's unladen or when it is laden?
Like maybe 2 to 3 people would have to be off the cart, but like for the most part, yeah, we can get it across.
Oh, well, then that'll be fine. I thought they were saying that it would have to be 200 pounds lighter unladen. That is to
It
say, empty.
generally empty. um, Plane's like, if you like, I can help with like carrying the whole cart like that.
I'll help with the
I,
cart as well because I didn't help with the. Hmm. Actually, what are we going to do about all this? Like, it is a bit corpsey. Someone's going to have questions.
Wait, that's corpses? Oh,
Oh yeah, we never
No,
got on
no,
the
they're
topic
just
of
sleeping very soundly to a point where we can talk about them like they're not here.
yeah, but
Oh
we
yeah,
never got to the point of why Euro wants these corpses. Could you please
s-
elaborate maybe a little?
Oh,
speaking
Maybe they like
of,
to eat
that's a good.
corpses.
That is a good point.
they they will not respond to this question because they are currently marking sigils of the corpse's own blood on their foreheads and muttering in infernal a chant while you guys are discussing the cart weight and all that mess. And they've been
What's the
doing this
chant?
the entire time.
What's the chant? Because I do understand Infernal.
Me
also
too.
Something about bringing them back to life as they are casting animate dead.
Right.
Nikki's
Uh,
Nikki's like looking around. She's like, so
Hmm.
who brought in the necromancer?
Being a
I also
cleric, I'm assuming I can, without. No, but I have to roll to try and
they're
interpret the
not
Probably.
hiding.
intent behind it.
They're not hiding it. It is very obviously necromantic or blood magic of some sort.
Okay.
okay then.
runs right in front of her. She's like,
Interesting development.
um, hey
Is
yo,
no one gonna tell me who invited the necromancer?
It was
Ayo,
I
Shay.
ask
don't even know.
like
Ayo,
playing.
ask your partner. She's the one that apparently invited them on board.
It was Shay.
Shay?
No,
Shaggy.
Nobody else
Don't
is
tell me
awake other than you and Klein.
who invited a necromancer. I get your, entire life.
Plane's like, I didn't know. Plane's like, I didn't know she was a necromancer. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Actually, I can trust Klein on that.
but they're sure it's not harmful.
We're gonna die and then come back to life.
She's like,
I
I'm already
mean,
dead.
it isn't going to be harmful to them now that they're already dead, but, yeah,
I've been dead for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Congrats. Did you
Hmm.
have that many birthday like what? Okay.
I stopped having birthday
If
parties.
if you were dead for 100 years, it wouldn't be birthdays anymore. It would be death days.
Yeah.
Well, no, death days is on the day that they became the dead
How
person.
dead
Birthdays is
are
still
you
when they
now?
were born.
How dead are you now?
You just see Shay slowly like walk away.
Like,
Boy, sorry.
You just slowly walk away like
Wait, Shaggy, no, when's your death day?
It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh,
no,
was it really yesterday? Did I miss
no.
your death day?
Oh dear God.
Really, this is why I don't bring up my quote death day.
Why? You would get cake
Do you not like your death
and
day?
a lot of candles.
I mean I like cake. It's just that I haven't really like celebrated in a while, a long ass while.
Did you have friends to celebrate it with in a long freaking while?
Why
No,
would you ask that?
Well,
no.
no, you have friends now. Why not?
I'm not sure if I could call you my friends. This is such shit.
I haven't blown us up. I call you guys friends. I don't blow up
Damn.
friends.
Wow, Shay. After everything that we've been through,
test,
I mean,
test, test.
acquaintances surely. Cause like
Shaggy, you're definitely friends with these people.
she like covers her face a little bit. Oh my god. Are we leaving or what?
go take your walk of shame. We'll get the cart across the bridge.
It's not a walk of
No
shame.
brooding more than 5 minutes, remember.
Shut up. She's like a little. She's busy steps one last time. She's like,
Walk it off and talk it out.
Is the bandit just chilling here?
woman.
Is the bandit just chilling here?
No, he's long gone.
Yeah, you long
Oh,
gone.
He's
thought he
long
was just
gone in a
chilling.
different
I
wave
thought it was
compared to
vibing.
these guys over here. Also, I have a bad feeling that if they do start coming back from the dead, a lot of complications are going to occur.
They'll be
I
fine.
don't know what degree they will be returning in, but it's probably not going to be as good as they were when they were alive. Hey, hey, don't run me over with that.
He like push you over like, well, hurry up and we can cross the bridge. So Spanish is kind of like,
Sheesh. Where?
please. I ask you nicely, please.
Where?
You have to throw athletics check.
Where?
Where?
Where? I'll roll athletics. 10.
What is this? What is
Average.
all this?
You beat them by 1 point.
This is the noise of kobolds. We go wah.
Where?
No, Sen, if you could get across, please.
Wah.
Alright. Where? Where? Like, where?
What in the owl house?
Nope, nope,
Yeah.
nope. They took it from us. Not the other way around.
Alright. Oh my god.
Wah.
Alright. So, everyone starts to cross the bridge. Clay and Ash helping the cart slowly.
That said, that show has given much hope to many kobolds who are ashamed of being small.
So what is Yura doing right now? Tomorrow can like watching Yura, like with give me insight on tomorrow Yura as you're
Sure. One moment, please. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Insight. Ooh.
So I guess that shows canon to this universe, as we brought it up a few times in character. Now, the
Hmm.
question is,
I am
how the
11.
heck do we watch it?
Got
watch
magical
the show.
holograms.
Oh
Illusions, of
yeah.
course.
Crystal balls in the reflections of things. I don't know.
It's
it's
like the Star
it's an
Wars reflection or well, like
yeah, portrayals and
projection.
yeah.
Artificer infused in, illusions.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like projectors.
I
Okay.
mean, canonically
Anyway,
there is also Twitter, so like there has to be some
Water
form
instead.
of like yeah, it's Twitter. There has to be some form of like projection, I guess. Either that or it's just fucking birds flying around saying the tweets.
What?
They said many
All right.
kobolds have taken inspiration from King, ashamed of their size, but hoping to become big like Dragon.
All
hmm,
right.
that
Me.
will be an 11 on the insight, though.
Okay. As Yuna just prepares a spell. You just see the purple tiefling with the goggles and the little bit of a like the gun that's strapped to her back and everything. Kind of like watch you with, you know, mischievous like contemplation.
Hmm. Yura makes no note of it. They continue doing the ritual until it's complete, and they have 3 walking zombies. Only 1 minute. Should give the party enough time to do what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll walk across the bridge with their new friends.
All the new friends.
I
Right.
just rolled 15 for perception to see this too,
Dead boys.
because I have a lot of questions. Also,
I will note because what was her name again? The purple tiefling. I'm
Tamara.
still getting used to the names.
Tamara.
Um, Tamara, because she was so close by, would hear because Yura is not aware she speaks Infernal, but Tiefling, I'm sure she does. Um, referring to the zombies by like with their command to follow as referring to them as her children
Hmm.
before they start following her.
Okay. Tamara takes a note of that as Guardian sees. And eventually the car gets hopped off or from the if I can just grab this and or shift it over. Wah.
No, no, it's running people over.
No. Okay. Um eventually the cart gets pulled across the bridge safely.
We, we did it.
Ah,
I hop
you
on.
mean you mean Clayton? Ah, did Italy.
I'll hop on as well.
They're just flexing their muscles after the whole bit.
I'm gonna keep on flying.
Eh.
All right. What? You just go on something. Um, there was like hopping on. Get in, losers. We're going adventuring again. I guess. Mm,
I do have a question pertaining
Uh,
to the dead guys. Do they have
mm.
like names or like IDs telling us what their names were, or what's up with their like? What do we call them when somebody stops us to ask about them?
Speaking
Also,
of
can we say
which,
like
I
baby?
give Tamara the scroll that acts as a passport,
We'll
since they're the
grab
ones
it.
at the helm of the cart.
Thanks. Smells
This
a bit.
said,
Come on, Shay. You're done brooding. She's like, it's not called brooding. I was just contemplating something.
"Are you done being edgy?" No. Okay.
He just puts you the bird, just casually.
Jackson gets flipped. Where?
She flipped the bird.
Do we roll to see if just some magical thing happens and just Jackson just
Yeah.
flips upside down? Like someone just named him Dinnerbone?
Why do you give me ideas?
Because it's fun. Well,
Hmm.
that's a 51.
Okay, Vic, you see that the Jackson just starts to flip over randomly.
And I grab Jackson, just like, oh my god, it happened.
Oh, that's why I
Alright.
give you ideas because it's fun.
Oh. Are you done laughing maniacally? Says she flops over.
Never. Sorry, what was that?
Um, are you done laughing?
Was I laughing?
Yeah, you were.
I guess it was assumed that you were laughing in character, but you was laughing in Haran.
Yeah, oh.
Nope, nope, nope. Let's count it as yes and blame it on one of the other personalities.
Oh no. Alright.
I'm sorry that there are three others. Formerly four, but we don't have that sword anymore.
Sword.
You know, the one Shay
Um,
has.
oh, you mean this thing? Takes
Yep.
it out and it gleams.
Hello. I'm like playing Uno with my other selves.
What?
Must sound rather terrifying.
I'm done with
So
the sword. It was playing Uno in there.
everyone casually goes inside. Jay
We
flips
never
things over.
we never answered the question about the dead guy's name.
Oh.
Sorry, out of character. I didn't want to interrupt anyone because the contract, the conversation kind of.
Sorry, sorry.
No, it's perfectly fine. I'm glad you're having so much fun. It's wonderful to listen. But yeah, as to your question, your will simply respond with a "they won't ask." Um, but they will check for any identifiers on the bodies if we need to refer to them by names.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can we name them?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Billy Bob and Joe.
No.
No, no,
Fine, Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
no.
Perfect.
Hmm? Perfect? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Doesn't
My
matter.
best
Zack,
bets
Zack,
are
Zack, and
bippity
Zack.
boppity. Yeah,
We'll
my
call them
best
the
bets are
Zack
bippity
Attack.
boppity boo. Yeah, my best bet is bippity boppity boo or abracadabra and alakazam.
If
Oh,
we
Hmm.
combine Bibbidi Bobbidi and Boo, what we get is a Disney lawsuit.
yes.
What's not Disney? That's a Disney own. Does Disney own Dragon Ball?
Oh.
No, no,
Oh.
They
but
own the fairy godmother, though.
but they never could
Mhm.
combine the names either because they would get a Disney lawsuit
Yeah, no. No, they
because of the
remind me
famous
bippity
line of
boppity
Bibbidi
boo.
Bobbidi Boo.
Oh my.
I don't think
Hmm.
bippity boppity boo like because they did fully name them.
I know, but they were never said in one sentence
Oh my
because one
god.
was already dead.
Oh.
We like
So,
Dragon Ball as well.
anyways, you hop into the cart. So you hop into the cart. Get in the fucking cart.
The plot is this way. The chatter must end.
I deal with this every single time I use to the Richard Chris.
I'm so sorry.
The bullshit. Sorry. Oh my god.
I mean, at least we aren't like cartwheeling away or something.
I mean, if
That's the
someone hits a
tumbleweed's job.
bird hard enough, we will.
Actually, you know what? I do start cartwheeling away.
Jeez, Nikki.
I cartwheel out the cart into the next scene.
Oh shit.
Exit stage right.
Give me an acrobatics.
I'm gonna fall on my ass, bro.
And if you don't, I might make it happen.
That the mask give
16.
you.
Hold on,
16.
hold on.
Yeah.
Tides of Chaos. Not Tides of Chaos, sorry. I meant to say, Bend Luck.
Ben Luck.
I'm wearing my shirt backwards. Oh god.
Subtract 3 from that value.
Uh,
They
13.
are within the curse of being around me. Everyone falls on their head one day or another. It's bound to happen.
Did they still pass on a 13?
oh. you cartwheel away.
But it's not the
Um,
most graceful.
yeah, it's not very graceful.
Good. I don't need graceful.
I'm just putting everyone in the cart. Copy paste everything.
The falling curse, it is real.
Now you're forcing it at this rate. It's not the same.
Oh, oh, this was the only time.
Oh, that's
Other
What's
than
it
one
now?
time with Reinhardt, because. Whoops.
hard. Sorry.
Speaking of which, I do hope Reinhardt's okay. This is both
I
in
trust he'll be
and out
fine.
of character at the same time. I do hope he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We just hear Reinhardt off in the distance.
Very hard. Oh my god. Alright. I'm putting everyone in the other map. Everyone. No. Um, Clayton and Tamara are kind of driving.
I'm just now imagining we're all getting our butts kicked by the BBUG, and Reinhardt returns to smite them and steal all of the kills. And just
Mhm.
one
That'd be something.
godly foul swoop of just suddenly just joining in, ex machina all the enemies to death, and leave.
Yeah, the Overwatch music plays as they dash in, slamming people into the wall.
And then
Mm.
just instead of leaving out the door, they make a new one by tunneling through the wall on the other side as if nothing happened. Just like this was barely an inconvenience.
Jeez.
Team
Mhm.
kill.
Uh,
Oh my god, this is what I deal with every time I play DMT. There's the memes. All the
I'm
fucking
just
memes. And the
imagining this, and
references.
I had to say it because it's too funny to keep to myself. Just,
Also, if there isn't enough room on the cart, Euro will allow the zombies to sit on the cart and just fly next to it. They don't mind.
if the zombies
They don't
don't
need
need
rest.
air, no, I'm not. They're not getting in my box. They're not getting in the box of holding. That is off limits to zombies.
Shame.
all right, so not
Also,
only is it a sort of discriminatory towards height, but also living and dead.
hmm,
I, what?
to be fair, you were all discriminating between living and dead just a moment ago when you were speculating whether or not I would use your corpses for something.
I'm.
I
So,
didn't
I
think
was not
honestly.
speculating on that, but I also.
I was.
I don't want the box of holding to smell like dead flesh.
Julius, Zach, and Oliver.
to be
Yeah.
fair, they don't smell like dead flesh yet. They have not started decaying.
Yes,
They will in
but
a few days. They will in a
Eventually.
few days, but
Didn't they
Eventually.
get burned?
no, they
no, they
got
were
No,
just
exploded and
yeah.
zapped.
With thunder,
One of
the
them might
last
be a bit
George.
Burning
singed.
flesh.
One of them might be a bit singed. I'm just saying
Okay.
because I don't want to find any random arms or legs in there.
But yeah, no, I don't care what you do with my corpse after I die. Once I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm not retaining like my consciousness when you bring me back, right?
Oh, no, I plan not to bring really anyone back. This is a side project, learned from a different project of mine, not a specialty.
Mm.
But all of you would be far more useful with something like resurrection rather than animation. You're far more skilled and talented than a walking
I
corpse without a soul.
I pull out my
Mhm.
kobold license. As it says here, I am donating my body to kobold science, so they would not be very pleased.
My body's not getting donated to Aarakocra science, and most certainly not Cobalt science. No science, really, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe uh, Christie science, but like that's
Christy
her
science?
option.
Christy science?
Goose?
She chipped. I see a gray aircraft kind of like chip up from like above the skies. What? Girl, I was playing the whole time.
Why did I hear something else? You know what? Let's just not go. Let's just not continue with that.
Regardless, I have no interest in using any of your corpses for anything, so you have no need to concern yourselves. These three are just giving a little bit more use than they did in life, is all.
Wait a minute. So are you saying that my corpse would not be useful?
Oh
I'll have you
no!
know,
Not this.
my corpse can be very useful.
Yes, the most
Absolutely not,
useful.
dear. Your corpse would be one of the best I've ever had the pleasure of working on. Unfortunately, I'd rather you be, respectfully buried or cremated or however you wish to live after your death. But I personally would not need to or want to use any of your corpses for anything.
You said my corpse would be the best?
Hmm?
I have a feeling this could go one of two ways, and both of them end with someone on the ground.
Oh no. Alrighty.
Yes, let's just swiftly move onwards.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways,
Yes.
after that spiel, uh, if someone give me a D100 while you are
On it.
slowly, yeah. Oh,
Okay. Speed.
43.
3.
23.
Wait, no,
All
I
right.
rolled 23. Yeah.
And someone else give me a D6.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
5.
Oh.
Well, we either get used of 3 or a 5.
I sure hope this
Three.
isn't rolling some sort of encounter that we're about to run into.
If that's the case, I'd
Man,
prefer
I
3.
sure.
Okay. So as you're slowly like talking and resting, everybody gets a short rest again. Um,
Nice.
um, and as Clayne and Tamar kind of like shift driving shifts. Um,
In possession of the scroll.
mm-hmm. And everyone give me a perception check really quick as you uh
Side base?
yeah.
Hey,
Well, my usual perception has struck again. I rolled a 6.
that one, by the way.
Oh, hey, I'm not the worst at this. Yay! That's the first.
Ouch. Dirty 20 for me.
Okay.
I haven't technically. I might as well roll Jackson's. I mean, I know. I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
technically, I already rolled, but like, it's always fun when Jackson also gets to join.
Yeah.
He did better than me.
Is there a way to clone Jackson so we all just instantly succeed perception?
I don't want Jackson as a clone. I think Jackson as Jackson is already good enough as it
Well,
is.
no,
Isn't that right, Jackson?
I'm just saying as a joke.
I mean, I can
We
teach
all
you
need
all.
seeing eye birds.
I can teach you all how to, raise an eagle from an egg. If you can find me a few of those, I mean, I could probably find a few myself. AKA, get you guys up to third level ranger for your for your beast companion.
Oh my
I
god.
could I could teach some of you how to summon a companion, but it would take an equal amount of skill and time. One of your friends already seems to have a particular knack for that skill set. And she takes a look at can't remember her name again, purple tiefling lady with the eldritch blast gun.
Come on.
Tomorrow.
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 Mara. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it eventually, I promise.
I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
Shay who had the Eldritch Blast gun.
I'll like
They
blast
both had eldritch blast guns at this rate.
you two. Alright. So as you're slowly as the forest kind of slowly goes just slowly into like rocky phase. A little bit you go past somehow around the mountains and then slowly downwards as the right rickety cart kind of like because of the rocks and everything. Uh, as you do so, uh, everyone sees right ahead of them like some under the cart with like a couple of crates here and there and it is about late afternoon uh with a campfire. Uh,
Mm.
but what's on top of the cart itself? You see a lone, what looks to be a hooded woman, and you could kind of hear the she's just playing a little bit of a harmonica.
I mean, I'm not hearing any of this. I failed miserably on my check.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson just calls out in bird and is like just telling everyone, but like no one speaks bird, so we pick with his everyone who passed knows this.
It would be
Okay.
very unfortunate if this person knew Bird.
Do I
So,
recognize the song?
give me a history check, actually.
Is this just people who passed, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and I guess I'll roll a history if that's the case.
All right. You recognize, um, that Nikki,
Maybe.
you realize looking back, I remember that someone was you heard about a song, well, it's called Song the Ancients, and it goes a little bit like, how can I'll probably have to show you
No,
yeah,
something like this.
something like this, but it's in harmonica, so
And
You
that
want
one
songs?
No
so hard,
way.
I've net one so hard that I have no idea what any harmonica songs are. Never heard of the harmonica
You don't
before in
even
my
know what the
life.
harmonica is.
Yeah.
I much
all
prefer the bagpipe.
I just sound like, the screechings of my ancestors.
right. um so yeah, so it's something like this. Hold on.
If I may, what are you all looking at exactly?
I
Person.
don't know.
you you hear the song, or anyone that can be able to perceive.
I mean, I'm assuming on my natural passive perception I can hear all this, but my active roll kind of failed miserably, therefore
Mm-hmm.
I needed it pointed out first.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Took me a bit to realize person. Thought it was on the
Another
box.
companion for the road, perhaps?
They're just up by themselves, by herself, playing this harmonica. She doesn't really recognize you guys yet.
There
I,
does
I
look
don't
like
suppose any of you know. Huh?
Yeah, she's still playing.
It does not look like
No.
we're going to be able to get the cart past those boxes without moving them.
Pink is just gonna hide off, gonna like while he's flying, just sort of turn and hide off somewhere. And I roll like a stealth check.
Well, I guess we better go ask to move them.
Yes.
It was
Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna roll my stealth check.
Alright, so I cartwheel off the cart.
You go out of the cart. All right.
I would like to follow.
All right.
So just like turn over here as I hide.
Okay. All right. So you're goes with Nikki. All right. Yeah, closer, closer.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
All right. Anyone else do anything or
I'm sticking in the car for right now.
okay. So yeah,
I follow them as well. And I
alright.
rolled a 15 for stealth.
Shay's gonna start climbing up here.
Oh my god.
Addict Shay, let's see it.
I feel like a mother who is fucking panicking over her
I'm gonna-
child.
I'm gonna move to the cliff and take a ready act towards the cliff and take the ready action.
Alright.
Old child handling Shay, old child handling Nikki.
Oh yeah,
Roll
she's
animal
yeah,
handling with
she climbs
disadvantage.
well. I'm just gonna go over here for a bit. All right. So as Nikki and your slowly and Tivna all approach, let me see.
Okay then.
She immediately stops and looks up at you.
Yeah,
Damn.
we've all
Uh,
been seen.
howdy,
To be
madame.
fair, we weren't exactly trying to be subtle with our approach.
They were.
Slowly just grabs her long sword, but then hugs it to herself. Like she drops a harmonica. She's like, Who's there? Who are you?"
We are
Um,
random travelers, not bandits. We simply just want to get to the other side. But our cart is a
"You
bit big.
you sure you're not trying to like
It
If
seems
we were bandits, we would
somebody's.
have already drawn our weapons.
why would you block the pathway with boxes if this is a pathway and a common pathway?
I'd assume it's
you
called
you,
block bandits.
you block ban well you blockade?" She says. She
And
got
yet
like
there's okay.
she's like just like
That
hop.
said, I would consider a smaller blockade as something this large would allow bandits to use your defenses as, well, theirs against you. Just a word of caution.
Wonderful playing, by the way, I must say, just to get on better subjects. It was very nice listening to you a moment ago. But
Really?
yes, we do need to get. Yes, of course.
That
But
was
we
the
do need to
worst
get
thing I've
through.
ever heard.
Oh dear lord.
Sorry.
Oh my
Sorry.
Is it now?
somewhat.
Yeah, it's the vibe. That was
Hey,
I
horrible
played
hey.
playing.
as a hobby. What the hell? What? Like
Oh my god.
gets you a little bit closer.
Is it safe to come out?
Yes.
No.
Don't
I'm
listen
not
to this
holding.
person. The answer is yes.
Just slowly like
No,
drop
this is
her.
about to get a little, little
You know what? You know what? Hey,
You just see Shay just cuddle over here.
to
um,
the not voice of reason back there, might I suggest no?
um, this woman's like, "Hey, yo, I see that pink hair up in the rug. Hey, what you doing?"
Yeah. Oh my
what the
god. What the?
hell?
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hurt you. What the fuck?
You know what? You know what?
Why are you hiding?
You know what?
I,
I'm going to use Dimension Door on Shay and get their butt over here.
like, ah!
I think it's kind of mentioned where.
What?
It's.
I put a portal.
Do you mind if I speak with them for a moment? It seems your attempts at preparation have scared her a little.
I don't know. Were you telling that
And
too?
well, they're telling it to the three around them. The one towards Tivna and Shay, and then they're also going to mention to Nicki Mirage, and your blatant insult towards their music probably didn't put us on much better terms either.
At this point, I'm the best negotiator among this party.
Oh, come on.
Or
Hey,
Nikki. Either or.
sure. The only reason that I am saying this and not you is simply that you have clearly shown you're rather more inclined to yell at someone about a harmonica that they were playing than actually understand that, first off, this barricade's a bit too big for someone who uses a sword, and second off, we need to get this cart through here, and this barricade is too big for that either.
Mm.
If anything, this barricade would actually hinder their ability to defend themselves because If they were a bandit with a crossbow here, I could stand right here, hit them from over here, and no one would be any. They would practically not be able to do diddly squat about it.
Telling someone how you could kill them normally doesn't provide much in terms of persuasion. Are you sure you're this group's best
Well,
negotiator?
as you can see here, I don't have a crossbow. First off, second off, I don't have one drawn. Third off, it's just this. It is just defining that this is a strategic weakness of their defenses. Something that would be better suited and served for them to know than not to.
Yes, but when engaging in conversation, you do not start with correcting them. You start with an introduction.
Sorry, apologies.
Should I have given a name?
Hi, dear. My name is Yura. And yours? As she begins stepping closer to the blockade.
Okay.
Actually, that does sound good. I'll take notes.
You took notes. Blair.
I am Tivna. I am the little kobold who, again, I do believe that these defenses are inadequate for your weapon.
This woman is like, I'm Blair. And that's it. She says,
Sorry.
it's socially awkward as she is, but
I'm Nikki Mirage, respectfully.
We have a vested interest in going through this path, and your blockade is preventing us from doing that, which, in all rights, could be a potential way of stopping bandits. But as our friend said here, if that sword is your only weapon, it may not be to your best advantage. If you wouldn't mind allowing us to assist you in fixing your blockade, would you allow us to pass through?
give me persuasion with advantage because your peoples are here.
I also did just roll persuasion as well. I got 18.
Okay.
Nat 20 for a 25 total.
Oh shit.
Touche. Neither of us did poorly.
Oh. So as Yura kind of like says that she lowers her long sword weapon. She's puts it in her the sheath. And you can tell that she's kind of like from tense to like untense. As she gets a bit closer, she's like, "Yeah, I'll help."
That's lovely. Thank you.
I
You're
will
welcome.
say, looks of it, how many bandits have you run into?
Let's see. She starts counting with her fingers. So much to count.
Then you probably know that we were probably the worst bandits ever if we are doing all of this. Just saying. Either we're not bandits or we're just really bad at it.
Or you're probably good at it, but you're trying to fake it, fake whatever you're doing. But I don't see that you're bandits.
Admittedly, we have found less bandits than we have random wildlife that is just outrageously large.
Oh, the spiders in the forest.
Yeah, the spiders that were in the forest are kind of toast now, and may or may not have been eaten by the birds.
I've heard it was like this giant spider king and queen.
If that's what those were, I think one of them is in the bird's belly right now. At least part of them. They did kindling.
I feel like I've met a spider queen before.
Yeah.
Hey.
Have I?
Was that spider
Nikki.
particularly tasty?
Nikki gave me history, actually.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm remembering.
Oh
no! Oh no! I don't want to remember. Please roll bad. No.
That's above average remembering
Oh
of
my
the
god.
spider.
Mm.
Boy.
Um, as you when the Spider Queen basically it hits you like a truck, as you realize that she was referring to Loth.
Wait, what?
Loth the
She
Spider
was
Queen.
married? That's why she rejected me? Dear
What?
God!
Okay,
No, a Spider Queen.
I take it that's not the spider we met then, so they do get bigger. Because if it was, they
Well,
would have
there's
probably recognized you.
there's actually look, okay, there's forest, and then I've heard there's like bigger ones in the Underdark.
There's more?
Oh no.
Big spiders and a bunch of drow. And
Yeah,
other
okay,
things.
if you're trying to get on with a big spider, there's plenty of spiders in the Underdark, I guess.
I'm losing my fucking marbles.
Bring it all back, baby.
And see, and just like that, you just got your revenge.
I want revenge!
I wasn't saying your revenge, I was saying their revenge.
Oh,
Well,
damn, sorry.
see,
Well,
like,
maybe now I want revenge.
like a Spider Queen, says Blair. The
There's
Spider
more?
Queen. No, the Spider Queen. You ever heard of Lost Rise?
Oh,
It
have I
sounds
ever
like
heard
this
of her?
person really knows them.
Mm. Well, just to clear away from the Underdark, or if you ever find it, just saying. Um, um, you consider
Why is it that every MILF I run into, I somehow indirectly kill
Hold
their
up.
children?
Wait a minute. No.
what?
If I had a
What?
nickel for every time I ran into a MILF and
Okay.
killed her children, I'd have two. It's happened so many.
Yeah,
Ugh.
no, the
Alright.
joke is I would have two. And while that may not be much, it is funny that it has happened twice.
Oh, and I adopted her child, or one of them. Maybe I'll do it again.
Wait, what? You just see
Tiamat's child. I adopted her. Them? I don't remember.
Anyways,
you. Oh.
Moving forward.
as we do need to hurry, it might be best that we help you rearrange your blockade to be better suited for a longsword distance. For with these out here, you cannot use them to defend yourself against arrows, nor can you really use them to fire behind with a longsword. While your opponent can very well use them to defend against you, and use them, well, mostly to defend themselves against you at this distance.
If I may interject, Zenrius Clichat, by the way, if you don't mind my asking, you're here for some purpose, aren't you? This sort of blockade in any capacity does not seems excessive for if one were just resting for the night.
Sounds a bit large for just one person.
About that.
Just saying, it is a bit large for one person.
Let's not worry about that.
Guys,
Listen,
I think we need to worry about that.
Well, I understand we don't need to. It's not our blockade, but I would at least be more inclined to help someone. Well,
yeah,
themselves.
this whole camp basically just defending against bandits and the Silver Wolves, to be precise, their leaders are ruthless.
Hmm. You know what? We found a few of those by the bridge that we just crossed. Yeah, they didn't make it. um, that said, we did get a permit for being able to pass by any others, and by the sounds of it, I do think that this leader may be a bit of a coward if he's not willing to be out there fighting with his troops.
Or perhaps, or perhaps he has more immediate matters.
Perhaps, but if,
It's hard to say without meeting him directly.
anyways, what's with these Silver Wolves guys? Like, if they're going after travelers and possible merchants, and you say that they seem to act like bandits, if anything, we definitely found a few and they seem to act like such too. Are they just a bunch of bullies?
This speculating can probably wait or be done as we're moving things around. You did say we were in a rush, and I'd rather us not
True.
run out of any
True.
more time.
I didn't say we also weren't moving things around.
Well,
Hmm.
I mean, the faster the better to get out of my camp.
Fair. I can't argue with that, but knowing more about these Silver Wolf guys, it sounds like we're going to be running into them quite often. And something tells me they're not going to like us much.
Hey,
Mhm.
Ricky,
Yes.
and I just finished looking through my notes for Winter's Crest. Can I history the Silver Wolves?
Oh boy.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Oh boy. What kind
I
of history?
beg your pardon.
Oh, I know nothing.
No, no.
Mm.
Reroll that.
No.
If I have to.
I can give you advantage on that if necessary.
12.
Oh, Nikki,
Um,
though. Nikki, you remember the Autumn Crest Festival? You met a certain tiefling and his biker gang.
Chiron. Yeah. My bestie. Okay. So that doesn't really tell me much other than the leader. And that's the fact he's
Um,
still alive, but also my sister's dead. So,
um, you remember that he was like co-leader.
yeah, because my sister was the leader, but she's gone.
Gone.
Air quotes.
Gone.
Gone.
Air quotes.
No.
Air quotes.
I don't have any notes other than the names of their bikes. What the hell? They
No,
have
that.
like
Like-
motorbikes,
Mm.
and
Okay, that makes
Chiron's
sense.
is specifically Krispy Kreme. Don't know what that.
Okay then.
She's like, so are we like moving now?
Yes.
She gets impatient.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
excuse
yeah,
me?
we are.
Moving these boxes into better defensible locations for our friend here.
Mhm.
And so I take it that means you haven't had good interactions with them. I say as I'm pushing a box.
Let's see. No. Oops.
That suddenly a giant blue square appears and destroys us.
There we go. That means that the
What a shame.
Boxes have been moved.
yeah.
All right.
Also give me, let's see, give me let's see, a strength check really quick. Anyway, that wants to move the boxes, and that includes.
I rolled a 10. Perfectly average.
Oh. How? Alright, so the zombie or the undead guys push it more further.
Hey, I'm at least helping.
Yeah.
I'm a little magic kobold.
A 17, a 1, and a 7 for the zombies. For my
Okay.
children.
Children. Yeah. So they everyone pushes it out of the way, and the blockade's done. And while the blockade is being moved, you see that Blair takes out a flask and drinks from it.
I say
Casually.
we focus their blockade closer to their cart, about like 30 feet or so. That way they can easily cross that distance themselves quickly
Mm-hmm.
before the opponent can use their defenses against them.
Mm-hmm.
Would be much more
Okay.
acceptable than 40 feet where they'd get to the blockade and not have much energy to fight.
Right. Okay.
And
Okay.
also trying to keep it in an area where it's also a little bit off the path, so that
Oh,
way
yeah,
we have the
that
room to
allows
get
us to
through.
go around just fine.
We do have the other boxes on the other side to worry about as well.
Oh, yeah, they'll go behind their cart. Along,
Hmm.
along here to around here, which we can
Okay.
then go and skirt around like that.
All right.
Okay.
And
Let me
this also
grab.
means that their defensive radius is around a good 30, 35 feet that they have to worry about alone instead of what is equivalent of 75 feet that they would have to defend alone.
Whoops.
Like, with the distance they have here, if they were ambushed on both sides, they'd have to cross 75 feet from one side to the other to defend themselves. And we can't even make that distance faster than someone can probably kill us with all of the magic.
What is happening to this map?
It is
Well,
going kerfuffle. We are experiencing a space anomaly. Please hold still while God fixes
We,
this.
we, we went out of bounds in a source game. This is the consequences.
The universe is trying to fix itself. We pushed too many boxes too quickly.
there we go. Sorry.
Now there's a second blue square.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to put where you remove the blockade and shit like that.
Yeah, basically just you can pretty much just represent it with a circle around their cart.
Yeah. There's a square though. There.
D&D circles are squares and squares are squares.
Yeah.
Alright. So you fix the blockade. You fix the blockade. And Klein eventually says, "What's the hold up?"
The hold up is we are clearing a path and helping this person better defend themselves.
He just gets the cart closer. These two guys do that. Um. Shay's Shay's like looking around, and Blair's like, "Hey, don't look at
Okay.
that stuff." She's like, interesting collection you got here. That's not for you
Hmm.
to look. Why not? You got like side eyes. Bombastic side eye.
Shay.
No offensive side eye.
Sorry. Something caught my attention, and it's like. So yeah, you guys fixed the blockade, and you guys, what as the car kind of pulls up into the middle
And
of it.
with your blockade smaller, it'll also be easier to pack up and unpack so you can get on the road faster instead of being a longer target for bandits.
Hmm.
She's circling around
Because
Blair.
honestly, if bandits are going to attack, it's going to be while you're packing and unpacking than it is going to be while you're ready for them.
Hmm.
What I think our friend is trying to say is we are glad we could help, and we appreciate yours as well. We should probably be on our way now, though. Be safe, alright?
It makes sense. It's easier to
Thank
attack
you.
someone who's pushing a box onto a cart than it is while they're not pushing the box.
It does make sense. I'm simply telling our friend goodbye so we can leave.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank-
good fortune to you in your endeavors.
I hop onto the cart.
Thank you and good riddance, she says.
And
She
hopefully,
says,
I do hope we get to meet again. Mostly because that'll just be good news for both of us now, wouldn't it?
she just shrugged at that. And with that, everyone gets back to the cart.
Cool.
And
Now I feel
that's
bad
the
because I
whole.
sound like an inconvenience to someone.
No.
I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. I was just trying to. I'm not trying to make you feel
Like,
that
first to
way.
play
It's
this
just the way
song
the character
again.
speaks.
Not you, it's. Eh. I'm sorry that I reason with logic.
Oh yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. And if I haven't made it like super clear, all of those responses were like in character.
Oh, yeah.
That
Well,
I fully understand.
I'm still in character here.
Oh,
Yeah.
oops.
You just hear her go back to the harmonic again and play the same song again. As you cart along this way.
I feel
And
like we're leaving something behind.
No. Well, they'll catch up.
The two
We'll
birds on
realize
the
we
ridge
left
having
eventually.
a nice
Oh.
sunset to admire.
oops.
The lovebirds on the ridge just admiring the sunset and music before catching up to us.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to
Alright.
let you live that down, by the way.
No. Okay. As you
Also, Shay, did you nick anything from that? Because you weren't getting a bit close to their stuff.
I'll tell you later. As you cart away and as the song fades slowly and slowly.
They're not going to be happy when we see them again.
And she cart away. And that is the end of the session, guys. That's a little quick call.
They're not going to be
And
happy, are they?
Why do I have the? What would make you say that?
Shay,
mm,
that sounds very suspicious.
what do you mean?
I'd like to insight
I'd
then.
like to
If
as well.
I get the best insight on Shay. I'm in.
Well, I rolled
Okay.
I
a
did
nat
not
one.
Oh
nat
my
one.
god.
I rolled a nat one.
Okay. So
I
this is
rolled
gonna
a
be
nat 20.
this is gonna be the last roll before I end session. If y'all want insight Shay, you can insight Shay.
I rolled a nat one.
Instead of
Well,
like
I used
ew.
Tides of Chaos, so I will roll again for
Lucky feet.
advantage.
Oh,
I
I
think I
rolled a
have no
nat,
reason.
oh.
sorry, nat
Oh
20 on
no!
Shay.
You
I
nat
rolled
20
two
on
nat
Shay.
ones. So my
Oh my
advantage was a nat
god.
one. Oh no.
What do you say?
Oh, I failed that roll twice.
14. Okay. Alright. Oh no. Alright. So we're alright, so who did what? Okay, so 20 nat 20 on Shay.
Yeah,
You
they,
know
they got
it.
a nat 20. I got two nat ones.
Nat ones. Tizo, you got no clue. You don't
Yeah,
know.
apparently I
Like
don't. I'm the most suspicious, and yet I don't know why.
you had empty. You had empty. No words.
I am both
Um
the most suspicious, and I don't know why.
You're getting
uh
kicked off the ship first
Why?
because you called sus on someone with no evidence. Get off the ship.
I
um
believe.
mhm.
Are we passing the time by playing that deduction game I've heard about recently amongst us?
Hmm.
No, that's the
Hmm.
old version. We call it amongst you now.
Amongst you.
Okay.
I thought we called it,
Hmm.
I'm
boom.
dead.
Back in my day, we simply played with dice and card.
Well,
It's
back
been
in your day,
84
I
years.
don't think we called it Whomst either.
Wait. Anyways, Yura could tell that he's not in like the goodest moods, but Nikki knows what is up. um,
I know everything.
you can
Apparently.
tell. All right, you can definitely like tell that Shay found some shady fucking shit with Blair. Um, like some lore and and Shay's being a little evasive about that.
Are we still gonna continue, or are we ending it like there?
I'm gonna pause it
Okay,
there.
I will stop the recording in 3, 2,
Two,
Whomst.
one.